Now, I've been away from YouTube for a hot minute, from my job to other projects like a little EP I'm working on, as well as other music, and Liam's Liquor, a little beer review show I do on my Instagram, link in the description if you're interested. I've been busy as a bee, but I've been really hankering to get back on my YouTube grind, and I want to do it the only way I know how, by jerking off about bands I like. So without further ado, it's time to get into episode 4 of Winfield Recommends.
An arrow through my heart like a bullseye dart. It's just staring us apart. There's nowhere to hide.
What started off as guitarist, drummer, and overall everything Eric Moden's solo project turned into the Wildness. If you love AOR and its heavy yet catchy elements as much as I do, you are a king or queen and you will love Wildness. The songwriting is superb and every instrument has a hook that will grab you by the mouth and carry you up into musical heaven. They only have 2 albums, but what a duo they are. While the first album is more melodic and less on the heavy side, while I highly recommend you listen to that album, 2020's Ultimate Demise is an upgrade in every sense of the word, from the production to the performances, and of course the goddamn songwriting.
Always been above the entities that's spreading your disease. Now I'm burning you down, trying to forget.
Both albums are stupendous, and if I don't hear them in your workout playlists, shame on you. Wildness are a wicked band. Listen to them next.
Ain't nothing in the world that you can do. Got something to say and a lot to prove.
Speaking of wicked bands that only have 2 albums, Tokyo Motor Fist. Yeah, I know it's an interesting name, is a who's who of superb musicians. Greg Smith of pretty much fucking everybody, Ted Poley of Danger, and Steve Brown of Trickster. And what kind of music do these men make? Well, it's still AOR, but it has a little bit of flavor to it. With a different production job, songs off the debut album could sound like a country song a la Picking Up the Pieces, and stick with me here, a track off a high school musical movie. But once again, while the debut is devastating, the second serving Lions is just that much better. Every song on this album is amazing, including the title track ballad with Styx singer Dennis DeYoung. I don't know what it is with Styx members, but every time they're not in that piece of shit band, they do really good stuff.
We are the Lions, fighters of pace.
Goofy name or no, Tokyo Motor Fist is a duology that's worth a goddamn Spinner 17. Next.
Don't you know the God? Let me go. We know the God.
Now, I can make a whole separate video on Alcatrazz and all the juicy drama that surrounds them, but I'm gonna focus on what really matters, the music, and wowee the music. Starting off as a vehicle for one of my all-time favorite singers, Graham Bonnet. A trio of killer albums would come out in the 80s with a notable guitarist on each and every one of them. My favorite being the devastating debut No Parole from Rock and Roll with the neoclassical nightmare that is Yngwie goddamn Malmsteen. After Yngwie was fired for, well, being Yngwie, the band would release Disturbing the Peace with another guitar great, Steve motherfucking Vai, and then Dangerous Games with Danny Johnson. And while that album and guitarist may get a bad rap, I happen to like both of them. And then the money ran dry and the band broke up, reforming with, like, a lot I mean, a lot of different lineups with original members coming in and out, but then they would release 2 new barn burners. Last year's Bitchin' Born Innocent with Graham rocking the vocals, until a disagreement happened, and then he was replaced with Doogie White, who actually coincidentally worked with Yngwie on a few albums, on this year's V. And while I do miss Graham singing, it is a halfway decent album, and I recommend you give it a listen. And if you really want Graham back in Alcatrazz, don't you fret. He's got his own lineup of Alcatrazz going with another guitar legend, Nevermore guitarist, Jeff motherfucking Loomis. Like I said, there is a lot of drama to go over with this band, but you know what? Fuck all that. Listen to Alcatrazz's music. That's what really matters. Next.
Rise over the dead, bring us ahead. It is an iron fight all over the night, and as I fight to the top of the ladder, right into the red.
If Rammstein is the only German metal band you know about, then you know what? That's actually not a bad idea for a video. I'm sorry, have I got a band for you? Powerwolf are a powerful band that utilizes a lot of classical elements in their music, from church organs to choirs to whole symphonic versions of their albums. If you like a little grandiosity in your power metal, then your new favorite band is Powerwolf.
When the night is gone and back, we sing Maven and attack, and we lead the storm of the wild. Be the wild.
Albums like Bible of the Beast and Preachers of the Night are home runs. And if you're turning your head at the religious sounding titles and lyrics, don't worry, the band aren't religious. Only spiritual, whatever the fuck that means. I hear a lot of white bitches say it. They're not trying to convert you with their music. They're just trying to get you to raise the horns and bang your head, and they do it flawlessly. Listen to Powerwolf, pussies. It's what God wants. And speaking of what God wants,
We just gotta be strong. Keep the fire burning. Gotta move on. Keep our hearts from turning. Gotta hold on.
now, for those of you who don't know, Stryper are a full-blown Christian metal band. And if you're sitting there going, oh, Liam, why are you recommending us a Christian metal band? What's next? Are you going to recommend us worship music? One, I'm not religious in the slightest, not that that even matters. And two, why should the band's religion matter? They're fucking awesome. I mean, yeah, sure, sometimes they drag Jesus' dong across your face a little too hard.
Makes me want to sing. Yeah.
But that was some catchy shit, and don't you deny it. Throughout the 80s, this band released some of the most catchy, melodic, just outright killer albums that you can shake a stick at. But after a departure from Christianity on the also awesome Against the Law, a breakup, and a solo project turned meh reunion album, this band has been going on a goddamn tear. From 2009's Murder by Pride all the way up to last year's awesome Even the Devil Believes. This band is as consistent as all get out, with Michael Sweet somehow defying the laws of logic and managing to sound even better than he did back in his younger days. If they were to swap out all the Jesuses with babies and Satans, you would know the yellow and black attack like the back of your hand. But regardless, you should listen to Stryper. Well, that does it for another episode of Winfield Recommends. I thank you all once again for sitting with me. Keep an eye out for that EP, and until next time, I'm Liam Winfield. Keep on rockin'.